Good evening, my darling batlings. Hope everyone's had a wonderful day. Trying out a different voice changer setup today. We're gonna see how that goes. I'm joined tonight by JJR Kilometers Above and Nerd E Furret.
Yeah.
Kurt, I'm gonna take back that pizza you stole.
Don't forget to add you're gonna punt him.
I stole a pizza? Arikado, when did this happen?
I don't know. I don't keep track of your personal life.
Shenanigans? I thought you
mean,
were keeping my shenanigans in check.
I'm not getting paid to do it, so I'm half-assing it.
See, this is entirely Arikado's fault.
I very easily could make a thing out of that, but no, I have my limits on what fetishes I'll try and accuse people of. And that one's one where I'm like, no, I'm not touching that.
So I believe we have a stream.
Yes, we're continuing Marvel Spider-Man with some mods. Got a new bunch of suit mods in and swapped out some others. And we are in the beginning of Act 3 of the story. We're gonna see how far we can get tonight. Might not finish it. Who knows? And after that, we still got the DLC to do. But reminder that tomorrow at 8 is going to be the Internet Nostalgia Night for my affiliate anniversary, despite what Twitch chat says. Tomorrow's the anniversary, not the day.
I thought just occurred to me, Ari. It's Friday the 13th. Why the hell aren't you playing something Friday the 13th related?
Because there's only 2 Friday the 13th games, and one of them is offline now.
Oh.
Could play something.
Act 3 of Marvel Spider-Man Remastered does get pretty intense. You know, with the whole bioweapon thing.
I mean, why the hell aren't any of us wearing, hockey?
Hold on.
Because the guy that currently owns the rights to, the guy who won the rights to, the Friday the 13th franchise in that court case hates the hockey mask and doesn't like that it became iconic for Jason.
Well, too bad.
Has he tried not owning the franchise?
Yes, that was the whole reason that the lawsuit happened. That's the perfect thing to punctuate that point.
Alright, anyway.
Also, new background for the game stream. It's the same one that I use in my reviews for whenever I have to use 4x3 footage, so it's not black bars at the side.
Nice.
I got off of Adobe stock years ago before they started switching to AI art. And I get to keep it with the free trial of Adobe stock that I used.
Yay!
See, the workaround for it is to, when you get a stock thing like that, that's based on a subscription, you take a screenshot of it, and now you get to keep it. Do not say that holds up in court. I am not giving legal advice.
You heard it here, folks. Do the thing that Ari said. It's perfectly legal.
Do the thing that I said. Just, if you get sued, it's not my fault, because I had the disclaimer that it's not legal advice, which means it's 100% in court. I cannot be, brought up as the reason you did it. That's how the law works, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I believe that's how it's applied via, that's loud.
Oh, yes.
Wait, this isn't the intro I remember.
It's a better one.
Can we show this legally?
Man.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Especially if we don't play the whole thing. Anyway, it's Morbin time.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
More
Well, you wanted
time.
Friday the 13th something.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, something.
You got something
You're happy
spooky
now,
for Friday the
Already.
13th? You got the
You're happy now,
spookiest thing of
Already.
all, Jared Leto.
Oh,
This
jeez.
is entirely your fault.
My fault.
Because you wanted something scary.
You got the scariest thing of all, Jared Leto trying to act in a superhero movie.
1043. Police van is under assault. Please respond. Any units in Corlear's hood.
Actually, though, you got the scariest thing of all, Jared Leto trying to act.
Oh no.
You got the scariest thing of all, Jared Leto.
The prison break turned the city upside
Who has just been accused by 9 women of SA, so...
Oh no, don't
Yup.
do that. Feast
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
It's funny because his career is over.
so much. But we're safe and secure down here.
Let's hope it stays that way. I'll stop by when I can.
What the
Love you.
fuck?
You too, Peter.
What?
Oh, you're dressed as Sonic Man.
Yeah, Sonic Man.
What do you think she was dressed as?
It
I mean,
looks like
technically, I'm dressed as
your anime
myself.
haircut.
They also got Majima Kiryu-chan.
Goes so tight.
You apparently haven't been keeping up with the Yakuza streams I haven't been doing for months. And we got Kiryu-chan himself here.
I haven't been keeping up with Yakuza.
Haven't found anything interesting that replaces the Spirit Spider. Well, Spirit Spider just looks too cool. And as far as, like, custom imports go, we got...
Did you bring her back?
Yes.
No,
Spider Ham.
You
that's
didn't bring her-
Spider-Ham. We got, the 60s cartoon suit.
Hold on. You didn't bring her back?
No, I didn't. I only have... She takes
Why
up
am I
the...
here?
She takes up the same slot that Majima does. I can only have one or the other.
Do I
Then
see?
why
a
am I
ghost
even
ghost
here?
Well, we got animated series Venom in 2 flavors, depending on what shading you want. We got Captain Falcon. We got Ghostbusters. And back in town,
God.
you need to be and be so crazy.
We
We
need
got
the ghost
a different take on Toei Spider-Man that's a bit more accurate and doesn't replace a suit. We've got the 1970s TV series and TV movie Spider-Man.
Nice.
We got Ravyverse Venom.
Nice.
And Spider-Man Unlimited.
Spider.
Yeah, I used to love Unlimited because it was so interesting to like.
I never watched Unlimited, even though it looked so cool to me. Just the suit looked so cool.
They absolutely jack-fucked Carnage and Venom, and that turned it off to me.
Well, part of it is that they didn't have the same voice cast, so they were going to sound quite different, except for Spider-Man's voice actor in that show did a spot-on impression of the one from the animated series. But yes, it's Morbin time.
I really hate that.
Well,
And you know what? I think I need to get a good thumbnail shot of this suit. So
no.
there we go. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I hate everything about this. Jared Leto's not real. Jared Leto can't hurt you. Wait.
That's even uglier.
Great, it's worse!
Just get him angry eyes. And ooh. There we go, photo taken. You're not falling asleep already, are you, JTR?
I've just not been having a very good day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're hunkered down for the long haul.
That's alright. Just been...
Everyone knows JKR doesn't sleep.
A while to get enough of my people together.
My depression has been at an all-time high today, so...
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's just, you know, I was depressed yesterday when I came home from school because I was just, like, so fucking tired.
Okay.
And I just, like, you know... My depression has been, like, you know, really shitty these past couple of days, and I hate it.
I wish I could help you, my dude.
And it's, you know, no one can really help me except, you know, myself. I mean, there's only so much you guys can do, and I can't expect you guys to help me all the time.
That's where you're wrong.
Because we're always here for you. We're like family.
And
Yeah. Right, now you're making this sound like some sort of business, Ari. I'm
We
kidding
can
with
be
that
like
part.
brothers and share the same bathroom.
we're making it our business.
But yes, well, what I mean is that I know you guys can't be there for me in every single second of every single fucking day is what I mean. You all have your own lives to live. You've all got your own...
I didn't think this would be a therapy stream, but okay.
I'm just saying.
Tell me exactly what is wrong with you today. That was terrible. Let me try again. Tell me exactly what the problem is.
Tell me about your mother. Because remember, Sigmund Freud believed that everyone wanted to fuck their own mom.
Except for himself.
Yeah, except for himself, and he was also apparently really into cocaine.
I mean, as was the style at the time.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you about my mother? Well then, my mother is the reason why I'm in this mess!
I really hope she heard that. I don't.
It's ready to check something.
What I like about this mod is how it can't keep up with like Morbius. When he's zipping, so his model just turns into a distorted bunch of vertices. Just explosion of polygons.
Yes.
Still somehow
Honestly,
better than the original. The original. Still somehow better than the movie.
Yeah, better special effects than the movie.
Explains why they're forming multiple strongholds instead of just one big one. They don't trust each other.
Works to our advantage.
You wanna know what my favorite thing to come out of Morbius, the movie is, other than, you know, all the obvious stuff?
What's that?
One of my favorite streamers of all time, Joel from Blind Sauce. When Morbius was, in theaters and people were making memes out of it, he looked up the Morbius trailer because he had not heard of this movie. And he spent like 45 minutes of the stream just watching the same Morbius trailer over and over again, pretending like he was trying to understand it. Like dissecting every line of dialogue. And when that bit got old, he started watching the Brazilian trailer for Morbius, which is the same trailer, but dubbed in Portuguese.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
God.
It's just, people call it the Morbius incident.
Would do.
It's up there with the Aga incident in terms of like stuff that went on for so long that it right back around to being hilarious. Except the Aga incident was not his fault. It wasn't planned, it was just his software breaking on him. But it didn't crash the stream, so he wasn't able to stop the stream, but he also wasn't able to fix the text that was on screen because it was frozen. And it kept on blaring extremely, increasingly louder Star Wars music into his headphones as the whole thing was going on.
Oh, jeez.
It doesn't make sense in context. I will not provide any.
Yeah. Can we talk about the awesome news that came out this week?
That Spaceballs 2 is finally happening.
Tell locals they can
Spaceballs 2 is finally happening, and Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement for it.
I knew it. He said that he would only make Spaceballs 2 if Rick Moranis was on board for it.
Spider-Man.
The fact that we're finally getting Rick Moranis back after years
Yes.
of begging him, can you at least make a cameo in Ghostbusters? Nope.
Point in Midtown and I'll explain.
On my way. Is it Octavius?
No, two of his flunkies.
I mean, even if it's just for this one movie, dude, I'm just so happy he's back.
Yeah, even if it's just for one movie, at least it's for a movie that he's obviously, interested in and excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've ever encountered.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Because I know it wasn't just a money thing, because otherwise he'd be, cynically, doing, random bullshit movies, like, a lot of over the hill, not saying he's over the hill, but older, actors tend to do later in their careers. Dudes are actively choosing to reject working in Hollywood for decades. So this is a big deal.
Yep.
And defuse those bombs.
Plus, this could potentially be one of the final movies that Mel Brooks makes, because he's really getting up in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 98 years old, and he will be 100 when this movie releases.
Yeah.
Okay, took care of that one.
So yeah, I'm happy that we're finally getting this. And that it's not just, some... That's not like a, I hate to keep harping on it, but it was such a cynical, instance of this. I like that's not, the 2016 Ghostbusters, not in terms of casting, but in terms of one of the lead people behind it is dead, so that was keeping us from, that had a major say in whether or not a new movie happened. It's so now that he's dead, let's just, shit out, a cynical cash grab movie that, isn't what people have been wanting for decades. And I'm glad that we don't get that with Spaceballs.
Yeah.
And that's not a case like Spaceballs the animated series, where it's clear that no one wanted to make it.
Need a status update on Gramercy. Checkpoint is active. Full
I
back.
mean, even
Yeah.
Bill Pullman kind of phones it in.
Yeah, and it's also clear with Spaceballs the animated series that they were, even the people making it were aware, in terms of the writing staff, were aware that you can't stretch Spaceballs out into a TV series, so they abandoned the Spaceballs premise after 2 episodes.
Electro's at the Upper East. We need you to turn the tide.
Yep.
They're both equally screwed.
Alright, where are we going first? Which police department do we go to first? The one on the left or the one on the right?
Left, right?
Well, you know what they say: two
right,
wrongs
left.
don't make a right, but two lefts make a right.
So what you're saying is to go left. Got it.
Right, exactly.
Two wrongs don't make a right. However, two lefts do make a right. Two rights make a U-turn. Two U-turns make a circle. Two circles make a figure eight, and two figure eights make a butterfly.
The Veteran Center in Harlem.
Well, you know what they say, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left, so it's time to Lambo. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. That's one of my favorite just random end of episode bits from early Fairly Odd Parents.
Need to help Yuri, then get to Harlem.
Trying to think.
You know, back when Fairly Odd Parents was actually good. And when we thought I was about to say Bitch Hartman, which is accurate, but, back when we thought Butch Hartman was a creative genius, and that it wasn't everyone on the show except for him that made it good.
Precinct, but Rhino and
Yep.
escaped convicts are laying siege to the building.
I'm nearly there. Seeing an ominous...
You'll be happy to know that at the con I went to, his line was usually one of the shortest.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Tara Strong's was, of course, the longest.
Yeah. That tracks.
Fairly Odd Parents crew.
Oh boy, time to fight Rhino! Sadly, I didn't have any wacky, interesting mods for Rhino.
You couldn't
Most of
make
them
him
are
a
just
real
like...
rhinoceros?
No. Most of them are like either different Rhino models from different games, or replacing him with other big burly characters like Venom.
barricades. I'm gonna even the odds.
That's fair.
The only one that's remotely shitposty is the one that replaces him with, yes, you gotta take care of Widget. The only remotely shitposty one I could find was, one that replaces him with, the guy at the Halloween party for the game that's dressed as Rhino.
It actually would have been slightly funny.
Thanks, Spider-Man. No more men at the other barricade.
Never seen Rhino walk away from a fight like this. He must be working on orders from Dr. Octavius.
You know what? I don't think Morbius can handle this. He can't get the plasma out of, Rhino that easily. But a Falcon Punch, on the other hand...
Hit and runs on the city's emergency response teams.
This is a job for someone else.
There you go, Joel. Someone else.
Which incidentally raises the question, is Casper canon in the Ghostbusters universe?
And these Ghostbusters can into the Casper universe.
Exactly.
Spidey, get to the other barricade.
And by extension, where in the Ghostbusters timeline does Casper take place?
The answer to none of these and more next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I did re-download Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for some future streams, because I've been feeling like streaming that again. Not like, shitposty mod. Streams, but just like, getting as, like, mostly whenever Q is available. I want to start streaming that again.
I just want to play it in general. I just keep forgetting it exists.
It goes on sale a lot. So, you can take
I
down...
have it. I don't need to buy it.
Oh.
Bring down the building.
Not gonna
I
let
have it on both consoles.
Both consoles. It's on every console. And PC.
I have it on the only two consoles that matter. I don't know where I'm going with this.
It's on Switch, and if you buy it on Switch, it includes the first DLC pack for free.
Nice.
roof clear.
Deal with Spider-Man fast. We gotta bring this building down.
And, they're releasing two new DLC packs for it, one of which comes out in July. That are based on the new, series that came out last year, Dragon Ball Daima.
Priority target acquired.
Huh.
Pacified.
There are easier ways to ask for an autograph. Jetpacks.
Oh no, they fly now?
Idea to give these guys jetpacks.
They fly now.
We're on the same team.
I never thought I would be able to make that joke and have it actually kinda make sense.
Pacified. Anyone else feeling very 1984 right now?
Even though, these are clone troopers and not stormtroopers. Hey, you know what they say? You say tomato, I say tomato works.
Out of the trenches, the stormtroopers rise.
But Jerry, the cue cards literally say potato, potato, tomato, tomato.
It sounds like you want to go to prison. Hey, you know what they say? 3 square meals a day. That's one of my favorite Code Z-isms from Homestar Runner.
Oh, Lord.
Sounds like sometimes you want to go to prison, Code Z. Hey, 3 square meals a day.
Oh, crap. That reminds me. What time tomorrow is good for everyone to do the stream?
I mean, my stream starts at 8 p.m., so it'll be 7 your time. I'm free the rest of the day.
JKR?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much open all day tomorrow for what I...
So basically, the time you usually stream that should work.
Okay, yeah, we could do it at 5 tomorrow.
Yeah, which will be 6 my time.
And I just found out what it means to be Sable's priority target.
All right, so it's settled then.
That'll teach you to piss off internet
Yes.
mercenaries.
Guess so. I'm headed across the park to deal with Electro. Call you when I'm there.
Great. I'll let my men know to
I still need a thing for you, though.
Yeah, that's right. I'll send that to you after stream, if I remember. If not, I'll send it to you tomorrow.
I'll bug you.
Yes, bug me about it, so I'll do it.
You mean so you won't do it? Because I understand if I understand you, Ari, you're all...
No, that mostly just applies to my mom.
Oh, okay.
And that's purely out of spite, not out of, like,
That-
not out of, like,
yeah,
you know, my brand of autism and ADHD.
yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Chuck, it's not my affiliate anniversary until tomorrow, but Twitch seems to think it is.
All units, report to
Which is drunk.
Yeah.
supply station.
Also, hello, Chuck.
Museum Miles.
Also, Chuck, I wanted to, send you the, money for, Bumblebee Megatron yesterday, but, shit went fucky, and I have to wait until next week. Or, you know, in the event that, yes, shit went fucky wucky, whoa, it'll fuck oh boingo.
Yuri, complicated was an understatement. I'm gonna.
You know the sad part is, I've read somewhere, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently Homestar Runner is inadvertently responsible for the Uwu generation.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because
Homestar Runner was influential on a lot of internet culture, whether people know it or not.
3 to go.
Yep,
Man, I did not miss.
but like incidentally, like Homestar himself, the way he talks inspires the Uwu generation.
Oh, so his, speech impediment.
Yep. And just like the I hesitate to say adorable way he tends to talk anyway.
I mean, he himself is referred to it as an adorable speech in Buddha Moon.
I blame the internet.
Also, here's a terrifying thought. Homestar Runner turns 30 next year.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God, don't make me feel any older than I
The
already
the debut of Homestar Runner, which was the, children's book that they wrote that they never got published, the Homestar Runner Enters the Strongest Man in the World contest, came out in 1996.
Good Lord.
And the website turned
96 or 19...
It's 1996. Next year will be the 30th anniversary of 1996.
I'm not allowed to know this knowledge. I don't want to be... I mean, I do, but I don't want to be 40.
Which, knowing how they usually celebrate major milestone anniversaries like that, means they'll probably have another, like, in-person live concert as with, like, them performing a bunch of the Homestar Runner songs with a backing band. Including including like limousine songs and trogdor. And at the last time they did this, Matt Chapman, the guy who does most of the voices, did that strong bad techno song, The System Is Down, entirely by himself a cappella using a bunch of repeater pedals. So like he would record, like, you know, the drum beat, and then he would loop it, and then he would record the next part and loop it, and all of together would come out as the entire The System Is Down song. Studios use 86 Bone Crusher, and never have I felt so represented by a transformer in my life. I'm gonna need more details on that because I feel like there's a joke there that I'm not getting.
Go on.
You need the
Genuinely
deets.
curious. As the kids say these days.
You have me horrified and intrigued, Wade.
Okay, Yuri. Both precincts are secure. I need to sign off for a bit. Call me if things go south.
Will do. And thanks.
If your intention was to make us disturbed,
Need to hustle to
you have succeeded.
Harlem and help May.
He's a fudge muffin? Oh, so he's fat. Like me.
The Veteran Center, where are you?
And Chuck, apparently.
Okay, what's happening?
The convicts started a fight.
Ha ha, you fat.
Building staff out, but May and Miles
So are you, Ferd.
I'm trying to find a way
I
in
know.
here, but the fire's spreading so fast.
Well, you know what they say. I'm fat. I'm fat.
Move it, Pete.
Come on.
You know what they say? The more the merrier.
Because I'm fat. I'm fat. I'm really, really fat.
It's sad that Weird Al won't perform that song live anymore, for multiple reasons. I mean, multiple reasons why he won't perform it anymore. He doesn't perform any of his Michael Jackson parodies anymore, and he also, for recent tours, has been doing only his original songs instead of parodies. And without the costume changes.
A lot of it.
Which, you know, has...
the copyrights on him expired.
Well, no, he doesn't. That's not how parody works. You don't need a copyright for that. The thing about, like, to my understanding, it was mostly that, like, he wanted to be able to perform more music per concert instead of, like, performing one song and then having to put on videos to entertain the audience while he goes and changes into another costume for the next song.
Yep.
On the way. I found a fire escape that'll get me.
MJ,
But yeah, the copyright has nothing to do with it because he's legally in the gray zone to do whatever he wants with parodies. He just, out of the kindness of his heart and out of, you know, goodwill towards the people he's parodying, gets their permission first. Legally standing, he doesn't have to do any of that.
here! We're over here! I got you. Hang on! Ow. Hey, man, you
The new Captain Falcon can shoot webs.
Captain Falcon.
Hold on!
He did
Yes,
indeed
that is
shot
who's...
web.
He did shot web. He found out how to shot web.
Just brace yourselves.
These Smash Brothers crossovers are getting out of hand.
Waluigi for Smash when?
I mean, I would smash Waluigi. I mean, what?
Oh my god.
Waluigi does got that riz.
Go!
You know what this game needs a Waluigi mod.
If I should have it, I just haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Like, with things like this, there usually is a mod for it, I just haven't found it yet.
Yeah. But then again, have you actually, like, this is no slight against you, Ari. I'm just curious. Were you even looking specifically for a Waluigi mod?
No, because it didn't occur to me until you brought it up. And, we're not gonna get into the DLC stuff tonight, definitely. But, you know, since we got the 3 chapters of DLC to go, I could see if there's a Waluigi mod for those. Because the costumes carry over.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, God.
Is May okay?
Everyone is safe.
Yeah, about that.
If it weren't for you and Miles, I would have been.
As dead as I would have been the last 8,500 times you saved me.
8,501. I've been keeping track.
That's smart.
Yeah, not to be that asshole, but it's been 8,001.
I'm sorry I screwed things up.
Happy anniversary!
It's just hard being the one who always gets saved, you know?
Yeah, it's hard being first in done sometimes.
I'm sorry I made you feel like you couldn't. Still partners?
Always.
It's okay.
So I didn't know if you wanted sparkling or
Dude,
or flat or
Dude.
spring,
read the room.
mountain.
Read the
spring.
room.
So I got one of each.
The room is not being read.
I mean, they're not in a room, so...
No. MJ, Ms. Watson.
Read the alley?
Oh, God!
Great. The city is in danger. It needs our help.
Oh.
They make out after.
All right, well, call the play, coach.
Okay. Divide and conquer. Ms. Watson, we need an anti-serum for Devil's Breath. Oscorp's developing something, but there's...
You know, I love that the eyes are askew on this Captain Falcon model.
That does make it more fun.
I'll pose side by side comparison of Mean Bone Crusher in my main dungeon with my face obscured. Of course, sure, go ahead.
What are you gonna do?
Divide, and do not hesitate to conquer.
Time I return the favor.
All right. Hey, wait. How do I call you? I mean, you have like a cell phone in your pockets or something?
Ms. Watson can give you my number. Good luck, team.
You have his number. Are you Spider-Man's girlfriend? That'd be so cool.
Come on, Sherlock.
Miles.
Show me what you got in this water smorgasbord.
You know, funnily enough, out of this whole smorgasbord, he forgot the smorg out of the smorgasbord.
Tracking the big boys.
How do you smorg the smorgasbord? The smorgasbord.
That's a joke about how smorgasbord literally, if you don't, you know, properly translate it, just do a rough translation, means bread table.
That's okay, I just accidentally Swedish chef.
So what I'm saying is he forgot the bread out of the bread table.
Attention units, we have an active hostage situation.
Let's be honest, my table's never had any bread.
Did you leave your keys up on the table?
I wanted to.
Did you grab a brush and put a little makeup?
I wanted to.
I discarded that fade away the shakeup?
I wanted to!
Why'd you leave your keys up on the table? Someone doesn't listen to System of a Down?
I know what that joke is. I'm just saying. I know what the reference is.
In other news...
Also, Chuck is going to be back.
I saw.
In other news,
Okay.
in Fortnite, you can finally bring the propane.
I saw. But can you bring the propane accessories? Speaking of bringing the propane...
I mean, he does come with a pair of tongs. Nice!
Propane and
I
propane
swear.
accessories.
You asked if I brought her back. I didn't bring back Mika, but I brought back the other her.
Furt's senses are tingling.
Milady.
And I brought her back.
Eh.
And her.
Again, I've never
Hello, the lady.
Again, I've never
I wonder how hard Lady would punch you if you called her my lady.
Hey, I would do it because it's worth it. It'd be worth it just to be able to say that to her.
Anyway, this is a job for like PS2 era Spider-Man.
God.
Yeah, the one voiced by the most bored-sounding Tobey Maguire you've ever heard. In all 3 games, he sounds bored as shit.
To be fair, though, that was his first voiceover role.
Yeah, but in 3 games across the span of almost a decade? And he sounds bored in all of them?
Fair.
It's funniest in Spider-Man 2 for PS2. Because if you run it on emulator and you have it like running lower frame rate than it should, his voice slows down and sounds not only bored but also drunk.
God.
Which is where the meme of, oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. He's gonna kill me. While a slowed down reverby Pizza Time song plays.
But can we talk about how screwed over that guy that played Doc Connors in those movies got?
Alfred Molina? No, Doc Connors. Sorry, not Doc Connors. Doc Connors. Yeah, I can't remember who played him. Mostly because he...
well-known actor.
Like, he didn't get to do much in those movies because they wanted to do a storyline for him in a future movie, but then they never got to.
Yep. It was supposed to be Spider-Man 3, but then they opted to go with Sandman instead.
Yeah, because Sam Raimi's a big fan. Sam Raimi's a big fan of Sandman.
Yep, and yet somehow still managed to screw him over.
Well, he didn't. That wasn't because of him. That was executive meddling. That made it like.
Yeah.
You know.
Can't let the
Yeah.
escape. Time to huff.
Like that, Spider-Man 3 is one of the most tragic cases of executive meddling in superhero movies.
Yeah, because they desperately wanted Venom, even though Sam Raimi said several times he hates Venom.
Yeah. Like, he was okay with doing the black suit arc, but he didn't want to put Venom in the movie.
No, he wanted to push him off for another movie, saying, like, look, I'll do him, but it's going to be in the 4th movie. And they were like, no, we want him now.
Yeah. Although I will say, if you look at, like, from what we know of what the plans for Spider-Man 4 were going to be, it was going to be really weird movie.
Yup.
Like, we weren't going to get the Vulture, we were going to get the Vultress, but she wasn't going to be, like, a gender-flipped version of the Vulture like they would do nowadays. It was going to be, Alicia. Well, instead of becoming Black Cat, she becomes a female version of the Vulture.
Weren't we also supposed to get Chameleon?
I think so. Like, it was going to be really weird.
Like, if I remember correctly, one of his casting ideas was he wanted Steve Buscemi for Chameleon. And I'm just like,
hey, dear.
That would fucking work.
Yeah, that would work. And here, tomorrow's my affiliate anniversary. Twitch chat seems to think that it's today, even though on my end it says that it should be tomorrow, which is why I'm doing the affiliate anniversary stream tomorrow. And as with last time here, if you feel up to it, you're welcome to hop into a voice chat. So we can nerd out some more.
Yeah.
Also, Kier, I don't know if you saw my message over Facebook. Discord, because I figured you were still at work.
Did you get the message? The one I sent by a carrier pigeon? It should. You should be able to identify the carrier pigeon by the way it looks like a pizza slice.
Ari, about that, the carrier pigeon never made it to him.
Did you keep
I know you told me, make sure this carrier pigeon gets to Kier. It's very important. But you have to understand, I am a very, very poor furret, and when free food presents itself, I'm not going to say no.
I mean, it was a flying pepperoni slice, so I can't blame you too much, as most New York City pigeons are known to be flying pepperoni slices.
Yeah. Either way, I owe you a carrier pigeon.
Did you leave the message with it?
Yeah, about that, I also got thirsty.
How did you...
And you know, when presented a message...
Tomorrow I got a bad mood situation I know about, but someone might be happening, but I can't say because it'll box me. Gotcha! And just sit back and relax tonight, my dude. And I'll look forward to having you on tomorrow night. Be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just we're going all in on Homestar Runner and Play World.
And if you're up for it, you can tune into my stream at 5 o'clock, where these two nutholes will be joining me for Day of the Tentacle.
Please do not refer to me as a nuthole when I'm Maxine tonight. That sounds very sexist.
That's fair. I didn't even think.
I'll have you know, no one's ever nutted in me or on me because I've never had sex.
But yeah, Kira, just trying to make sure the package got to you yesterday. Good.
Speaking of things to say in a bad French accent, did you know that eau de toilette means water de toilette?
What?
What the fuck?
What?
Eau de toilette. It means water de toilette.
I like turtles.
And if you translated more than just one word out of all three of them, it means toilet water.
Why do you know these things?
Because I took French for years.
I mean, that's fair. So did I. I don't remember most of it.
Eau means water, toilette means toilet, de means of. So, given that you would not put the of in there when translating into English, it comes out as toilet water.
Sweet.
So all those fancy perfumes that they sell for like hundreds of dollars that they call eau de toilette, they're calling it toilet water.
Oh, I knew this was going somewhere. God. Do we ever expect any different? Let's be honest.
Do you ever expect it not to go somewhere stupid and or person with me?
Wash your windows?
Spider-Man, that's not the windows. At least you left the windows intact this time.
It happened again! Mrs. Kiyaji! It happened again!
I got a stupid idea.
Go
Chinese minds doing this. That was a stupid idea. I did say it would be stupid.
You should throw a Charmander at them.
Yeah, but I'm trying to web enemies to a wall. Charmander! Okay, for this guy, I'll throw a Charmander. I'll throw a Charmander at this guy. Outside, recover my health.
I wish you
Yo,
could find a
Charmander,
mod that turns
use
into-
whatever the fuck move this is.
Clearly, it's that
Anti-gravity
move.
Use anti-gravity sky attack wave or something.
Yo, Charmander, distort the laws of physics around you within a confined space. Charmander!
That
What do
could
I look like? A
easily-
Dialga?
Answer no, because Palkia would do that.
You could easily call it jokingly
Oddly
seismic
enough, that
frost.
makes it even funnier.
Yeah. Listen, I know that Dialga is the time one, and it's not because I played Pokemon Diamond, because I didn't have Diamond. You wanna know how I know that?
How do you know that?
Because my shitty former friend, who I will name and shame for Miles' amusement because he was shitty to Miles in person from the days when I was friends with him, Scott, the one time I ever did a, online battle at Pokemon game was in Pokemon Black and White. And I didn't have much of a good team because I was still early in the game. And he brought in what was obviously a hacked Magikarp. And he swore it was not hacked and that he just caught it that way. He opened up, it was a level 100 shiny Magikarp. That new War of Time.
Yeah, definitely.
And he swore it wasn't something he hacked. I should also point out, he was a very bad liar.
Oof.
Yeah, he hated me for no damn reason.
Yeah, he had Miles the moment he met him without, any justified reason to hate him.
I think he was just mad that we were best friends.
Yeah.
He always tried to flex whenever he got stuff too, like that dual disc back in the day.
Yeah.
Who is this?
The guy that had the hack Magikarp. He was a friend of mine back in middle school and high school.
Ah.
And for a little bit of college before he went, cultish levels of all in on Donald Trump. And anytime I would call him out for saying, heinous shit, he would call his mom to come, insult me on Facebook.
That's okay. At least you weren't disowned by half your family because you didn't vote Republican. Granted, it's family we don't actually care about.
Okay, if it's family that's that bad, then it's probably worth being disowned by them, because it means you don't have to deal with their shit ever again.
Yeah. But the so-called patriarch on my mom's side of the family went on Facebook and told my mom she needs to disown me because of my political views.
The idea of a family having a patriarch.
Well, that's why I said so-called. Self-appointed patriarch.
Yeah, the idea of a family having a patriarch at all, there's a hierarchy of who rules over the entire family.
JKR just dropped.
He's dealing with too much background noise here, so he's going to stay in the chat.
Okay.
He's probably talking about widget working too much. His memory did go away to take care of her when she was working.
Pardon me.
Yeah, if widget's being particularly noisy tonight, then, do whatever you feel is necessary.
Thought you might need one, officer.
Anyway, this is a jump for Kiryu-chan. Dame. I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
I don't know this character. I
need-
don't play Yakuza.
You should, it's like really fucking good. God, could sworn I had one more suit in here. There we go. Let's have Norman Osborn handle this. The real Norman Osborn.
God. Oh God, it's Willem Dafoe.
Yes, I wish Willem Dafoe was my Willem Dafoe friend.
Just don't ever tell him. You could be great friends. Just don't ever tell him he'd be a great Joker.
On this sign. Maybe I can isolate it.
I mean, to be honest, I think he's a bit too old to play Joker nowadays anyway, so I wouldn't tell him that.
This looks promising.
Yeah, but like back in the day, people would tell him that all the time, that you should play Joker, and it pisses him off.
I mean, in the end,
so y'all think I'm a sociopath.
In the end, he basically played Norman Osborn as if he were the Joker.
That's actually part of why people would ask him or tell him he should play the Joker, was because of his Norman Osborn. And he was like, so basically everyone thinks I'm a sociopath.
But in the fact that it's for the Legion Festival in Chicago, so all the noise from Baz bothering her and she and from his bothering being on all the was, I get it. I get it. I don't think everyone can that. I'm funkin' here. I'm having a funk. There we go. I think I just thunked.
Every inch of my body is pain.
CPF-1. Definitely Devil's Breath. Should be able to track the dispersal path now.
Who told
now we got
to get old?
Now we got two questions. Will the devil ever cry? And what does the devil's breath smell like?
And what does the fox say?
Well, we know what the fox says. Tails answered that on one of the Sonic Further takeovers. His answer was, he started singing his theme song from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, because legally he wasn't allowed to quote, what does the fox say?
Oh, God.
Like, he just straight up starts with, hey, am I allowed to reference that song? And they said no. So he was like, the fox says, I wanna fly high, so I didn't reach the top of the heavens.
Access hatch around here.
God.
And given that it's, Colleen O'Shaughnessy doing the voice, it sounds adorable.
Well, this is moody.
She's just really good at playing Tails, especially in the Twitter takeover. She has, like, a perfect way of capturing that natural awkwardness that Tails has.
Yup. I told you I'm technically related to her through marriage, right?
Yep. And I still think that is awesome.
Chaos of the prison break would have been perfect cover to
Yep. However, the family member that I am related to her through does not speak with her, so I have no way of... Yeah. I mean, if I
See,
see her at, like, a convention or everything, it would be funny to casually meet, bring up, but...
And ask if that gets you a family discount on autographs. As a joke.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, Martin. When I first realized it was you targeting Osborn these past weeks, I was shocked and saddened. But then,
This is hilarious.
my eyes, I felt inspired.
What is?
The bold steps I had always dreamed of, Martin, and you took.
Well, Otto, like he's talking to Osborn right now, right?
No, he's reporting his own notes that he's taken on each member of his Sinister Six, as well as, like, you know, how he's going to recruit them, as well as how he can defeat them.
Yeah, for some reason.
You said Martin, not Norman.
I meant, yeah, I thought he said Norman. My bad.
He said that Martin was the one who was hunting Norman. So Norman was brought up.
We were.
Dr. Octavius, thank you for the medication. It's helped some, but the episodes continue to grow stronger. Things haven't been this bad since I was a child. I feel like I'm barely in control. Yesterday, during Osborn's address, I came close to blacking out. Seeing him trigger his I had thought long buried. I'm not sure how much longer I can live in his shadow like this. Martin Lee.
Yo, samesies?
So basically, like, unironically, Martin Lee has PTSD. That, you know, seeing and hearing stuff from Norman Osborn triggers. Like, I'm not saying that as like a, you know, oh, you're so triggered joke. I mean, like, genuinely, that is how PTSD works. And, because I have to set the textures at medium, it kind of blurs. Or, like, makes the text not sharp as it should be, but it's like, him, noting different things about him and his minions, as well as, like, potential weak points and them. So, Otto, being the genius that he is, and being new to the whole supervillain business, has not only thought of ways to coerce people into joining him, but ways to take them down if they betray him.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty much in line with how Dr. Octavius was in the comics.
Yeah, but I liked it for this continuity because
was the greatest villain.
I like it for this continuity because, you know, Otto has never done supervillain stuff before, and he's already thought this far ahead. And there's hints to it earlier in the game as well in his lab, which I failed to address during an early part where, like, you first see stuff in tech in his lab. You can see that he's got a, on the whiteboard, he's got a diagram of the RAF, Supermax prison that all the supervillains are kept in, as well as, like, potential weak points for it, and he says that he's helping them improve their security.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
I never even noticed that.
Yeah, and, you can also see that he's 3D printing, like, armor and weapon prototypes, like plastic molds for them. He says that it was AIM, you know, wanting him to design some tech for them.
Otto's rage is driving him.
The neural interface is...
And it's the same weapons and tech that the escaped convicts used.
He'll destroy the whole city to hurt Norman.
So it shows that even before, you know, Otto's reached his breaking point, he was still planning this stuff.
Yep. That's what I was going to say was a lot of people always said that Green Goblin or Kingpin were probably Spider-Man's most dangerous villains. Like, nah, man. Norman. Otto Octavius.
Yeah.
Like, even before he was Doc Ock, like, in several continuities, that man is dangerous as fuck.
Any weaknesses in the Sable troops? Another note from him.
Feel like I can't turn around without seeing his face. He smiles for the cameras, collects his accolades, and keeps his boot heel pressed against my neck. Why can't anyone else see how selfish he is? How reckless? How evil? If only they could be made to see the Norman I know.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
Behind the mask.
Not even wearing a mask right now. I threw that away. Remember when I escaped from when I arrived out of the multiversal rift? I threw away the mask.
Okay, but no joke, I love how in No Way Home, they legit have him throw away the mask.
Yes, so you can actually see his face this time.
Yes, and he actually looks like how Green Goblin should have fucking looked in those.
Yeah, there's early test footage you can see of a like hybrid prosthetic and animatronic Green Goblin mask that Sam Raimi wanted to use, where like it was like a full face mask that like he could still move the mouth, but a radio control like the eyebrows and other stuff like that. And he was told that he wasn't allowed to use that design because we're trying to sell toys, not scare children.
Yep.
Good old Rhino. My second favorite Russian.
He's the first.
I was gonna say, that raises a couple eyebrows.
I know it's not Sable because she's not Russian, she's Centaurian.
I forgot Sable's in this game.
Yeah.
I always forget about Sable being in this.
With great interest. The world sees you as a witless dullard. I see a warrior with a poet's heart. I know you desire freedom from the battlesuit you're sealed inside. Help me achieve my goals, and freedom shall be yours.
I said, normally I'd say I'm not okay for Sable, but I think of all the girls in this game, I gotta give it to Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri. Black Cat.
Yeah, if I was... Well, Black Cat in this too, but only because Erica Lindbeck.
Yeah.
Otto developed a corrosive to free Rhino from his suit. A certain government agency...
But I love how Yuri is represented in this game.
It's also cool just to see Yuri in this game because she wasn't a very, well-known and popular character outside the comic fandom until this.
Yep.
Mac Gargan, aka Scorpion, aka Crazy Pants McCrazy.
Eat alone, we have you covered. So, are you having trouble buying a home or something? But no more. Hi there, Belinda's. I'm Sonor Card Gauge for Sonor Card Gauge Mortgage. We can help you get a leg up on the pile.
God. You saw an ad and you had to.
It was talking about buying a loan, okay?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. You saw the ad and you had to.
Gargan, clearing your debts was more difficult than I anticipated. You're in arrears to some demanding individuals.
What if the Scorpion was in debt?
Your job is finished. Your financial obligations will be...
Actually, that checks.
Otto Octavius is nothing if not persuasive.
That's one of the reasons why, he got the suit in the first place.
But, the thing that he wants help with is not getting out of the suit. It's, clearing his debt. I just find that funny. It's like, nah, I don't want out of this suit. I just want you to get rid of my debt.
Yep. Well, because I think at this point, he's probably already given up on getting out of that suit.
Well, he's probably also, in this continuity, he's addicted to poisoning people with his own custom toxins. So, he probably doesn't want to leave the suit anymore.
Yep. Dude lost his noodles.
Utterly, we'll know what my headcanon is for why Rhino wants to leave that suit, even though it's what makes him such a threat.
What's that?
Because do you have any idea how hard it is to use the bathroom when you're bolted inside of a 700-pound X suit?
Oh, God. It does raise a couple questions I didn't know I wanted.
Expunged? Gambling debts erased?
Ah yes, criminal record expunged because nobody will remember who Matt Gargan is. Well, you have the exact same name, face, fingerprints, DNA, identity as the Scorpion, but your criminal record seems clean, so you can get this job at Costco.
I'm just imagining Scorpion standing there in a Costco vest. Sir, where can I find the eggs? Aisle 5. Next milk.
Old man Vulture. I've tangled with him more than anyone else here.
Like, I don't know why, but the idea of supervillains doing the most mundane things after they stop being supervillains is just funny to me.
Exactly.
Like Otto Octavius, you know. After this game, you know, like Spider-Man 3, Otto Octavius gets out of the raft for you know, good behavior. And instead of going back into robotics research or becoming a professor or something, he just gets a job at FedEx.
Sorting mail. like not just mundane jobs, mundane jobs that have nothing to do with their supervillain prowess. Or like their lives before becoming a supervillain. Exactly.
Like, I know this isn't how it played out in this continuity, but like, Eddie Brock finally, you know, clears up all of his Venom stuff and clears his criminal record, and instead of becoming a journalist or a photographer, he gets a job like... God, I'm kind of running out of the funny jobs. He gets a job as a janitor for a factory.
Yes.
No. He gets a job working the assembly lines at a Pringles factory.
God. Eddie, my boy, things are finally looking up. Clean up on aisle 5. Fuck yeah. Let's be honest, we know he would.
He would. Just being in a stable place of employment is enough for him.
I was gonna say Tom Hardy version aside, Eddie's never been the brightest bulb in the box. But at the same time, Tom Hardy's Venom wasn't really the brightest bulb in the box either.
No, he wasn't, and that's faithful to the character.
Even the symbiote's kind of a fucking moron, and that's what makes them great.
Developing an experimental treatment to save him.
So, Dr. Octopus found a cure for cancer. Is this implying that Dr. Octopus found a cure for cancer and decided, nah, I'm just gonna kill millions of people in New York City with Osborn's weapon instead of abandoning robotics research and getting into, you know, selling the cure for cancer?
What can you say? The guy's an asshole.
I mean, he's a dedicated hater. I don't get him credit for it.
I could totally one up Osborn by being the one who cured cancer, but nah, fuck you. I'm gonna frame your ass.
No, he's like Sauron, where it's like you can alter people's genetics, you can cure cancer. No, I want to make people into dinosaurs.
I didn't want to cure cancer. I want to make people into dinosaurs.
Also, like, that's canonically pronounced the same way as the Lord of the Rings character because he named himself after the character Lord of the Rings. The whole dinosaur thing was a complete coincidence.
Yep, he's just a fucking nerd.
When you first conveyed your dream to me, I thought you insane.
He's hilarious in the Rogue and the Savage Land series, by the way.
I want to see Sauron and beat in this series.
What we desire. I promise you, when we are done, you will be.
I mean, if the Wolverine game goes to the Savage Land, it's entirely possible he could show up.
Electra wants to become pure energy instead of...
Like, everyone always thinks that's actually, again, on track with the comics.
Yep.
That's like genuinely his obsession. That's awesome.
But you were saying.
The thing is, a lot of people think just automatically assume Sauron's a villain. He's actually not. Dude just wants to be left the fuck alone in the Savage Lands, but the X-Men keep fucking picking on him. It's actually hilarious.
I don't know. You know who we needed? You know who we needed Spider-Man 3 as a like secondary or tertiary villain in Spider-Man 3? Other than Sauron? Other than Sauron. And Wall.
Oh, God.
You know, the guy from that one Spider-Man column? Cover where it's like, let's see you try to climb this nest, Spider-Man. Spider-Man meets his greatest foe, walls.
Yup.
What's this now? Otto must have used this map to plan, but it's blank. Unless there's something here I'm missing. UV bulb. Huh, nothing happened. Must be a way to...
I have to turn on the juice some more. But I have to make sure the juice is loose because I can't. It died.
There we go.
Don't say go to my room because if anyone deserves to be made fun of post-mortem, it's O.J. Simpson.
It's funny because we're gonna get trouble.
By whom? It's not like he's dead, Tom and Night Fuss anymore.
I feel bad, but
I feel bad, but it's O.J. Simpson.
Seems like the last stage of the plan.
You'll be surprised to learn that I feel nothing!
Joke's on you, ghost of O.J. Simpson. I don't fear death.
What's Vulture doing in Times Square? I need to keep my guard up. Electro's disabling Oscorp power plants. Makes sense. Rhino's targeting Oscorp's shoreline properties. Which is he hitting first? And why? Scorpion must be trying to poison the city's reservoir. Another Oscorp-owned property.
So basically what it amounts to do is they poison our water supply, burn our crops, and deliver the plague unto our houses. They did? No. But are we gonna wait until they do? I love that I could just quote SpongeBob and it makes sense in context.
Lee's going after the Devil's Breath anti-serum, using something called Icarus?
Hey, let's hope he keeps it out sunlight.
Oscorp has snaked itself throughout the city.
Did he get... But was it dummy fish? And did the clap of its ass cheeks keep alerting the guards?
But also fragile. If a disaster were to occur...
No, that's Venom.
Points were tweaked. It would all...
Yeah, we're not at that game yet, even though I have several Venom suits in this game now. What? Some would argue too many. I would argue not enough.
Remember, Venom's the one who's dummy thick.
Well, you said Snake. So, Snake. You know, with the Metal Gear name of Colonel. Well, I'm trying to do the Snake voice as if that's gonna come through on the voice changer. I don't know, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
How many men would I need? Well, let's see. First, some kind of disaster. A hurricane, an earthquake, or a plague.
So, you see, they burn our houses, they're poisoning our water supply, and they burn our crops, by which I mean, like, just everything in New York. They poison our water supply and they deliver the plague onto our houses, just like Bubble Buddy.
A sinister six. Martin has been...
Dun dun!
Norman looks pleased.
It turns out that, Otto is actually working for a shadowy overlord, or rather, a bubbly overlord.
Basket. With Martin in
Bubble Buddy's the one behind this. I apologize to Red Herring. I was barking up the wrong tree with this one.
down the hill. Straight at Oscorp. And
This time I was barking up the wrong tree.
just one small...
All the other times I was correct.
I think it's time for me to lace up my boots.
Yeah, usually it is red herring, but this time...
This is my final recording. Peter, if you're listening...
This is my final recording.
please know that I
You smell of poo-poo pee-pee.
But when it comes to Norman, half measures will never do. Of all that I risk by taking this next step, the loss of our friendship will pain me the most. I hope that if we meet again, it will not be on opposite sides.
But most of the time,
That boss man.
I mean, physically speaking, you're not 9 times out of 10 you're going to be on opposite sides, because in three-dimensional space you cannot be technically on the same side of anything, because you're always going to be the opposite of someone. Even if you're standing next to them, you're going to be on the opposite of one of their sides.
Go to your room.
I am in my room.
How dare you point out the man's evil plot?
Hello, Spider-Man. Do I look like Spider-Man to you?
No. Martin needs no assistance to secure the anti-serum. Icarus was a ruse to get you into position.
Into position?
The gasp.
Oh shit, I wasn't expecting this to be a Light Up the Night reference. Or is that just me wishing in more people knew about the Proto Man?
So refreshing to work for a backup plans for his backup plans.
MJ, hey!
Pete, are you okay? What's happening?
Can we talk about the inherent hilarity of seeing, Willem Dafoe's Norman Osborn get swung around like a lag ball?
Oscorp's Devil's Breath Lab before he...
So perfect.
I got no strings to hold me down except for this one. I don't know the song.
I got no strings to hold me down, or take me out, or make me frown.
And that's as much as you can get away with until Disney sues you.
Softened him up. Time for plan B.
Also, you wanna know what I liked about the Spider-Man versus Electro fight? You know what I liked about the Spider-Man versus Electro fight in this game? Other than it being a cool fight?
You really grew in prison, didn't you?
Sorry, I missed the last bit of that because of my bit.
I said, you know what I like about, the Spider-Man versus Electro fight in this game, other than it just being a cool fight?
Boss.
Due to the casting, it's Spider-Man versus Spider-Man.
Miss me, now you got it. You know what? Forget I said anything.
Because, Electro in this game is played by Josh Keaton, who voiced Spider-Man in Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
Now I can get in close.
And knowing the people at
No.
Insomniac, that was 100% intentional.
I can damage him if I web the transformer.
I mean, they went all out with a lot of the Easter eggs in this, so yeah, I would not be surprised.
Yeah. Okay, I sadly have to destroy all the Transformers.
Don't look, JKR. It'll be okay, we promise. Or Lord Megatron. Neither of you look.
And Vulture in this game is the same voice actor that was in the Spider-Man game for the first movie. For Vulture and Batman. So, we did the same very theatrical Vulture performance.
Nice.
Although sadly we don't fight him atop the Chrysler building this time.
Well, what's even the point?
It gets even worse in Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2, where they couldn't get the rights to use the Chrysler building, so they had to replace it with a generic one.
God. I thought that's what the Avengers Tower replaced.
No, the Avengers Tower, I don't know what replaced in this game. But they did have the Chrysler Building and Empire State Building in this game. And ownership of the Chrysler Building changed in between, the first game and Miles Morales. So from that game onward, they weren't allowed to use the Chrysler Building's likeness. And Empire State Building, they were allowed to use the likeness of, but they weren't allowed to recreate the interior of it due to not securing the likeness for that. Basically, it's stupid that you're allowed to own the likeness to a public building.
That's politics.
That's not politics, that's business. That's when you get down.
You said.
When you get down to it, politics and business are basically inseparable at this point.
Don't you know? I'm Electro.
Oh my god, we're fighting. I didn't know we would be fighting a titular character from Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro for the PS1. I've never played that game. All I know about it is that there's a significant amount of lost media related to it. Like how of all the Spider-Man games that have lost media tied to them, Enter Electro has the most.
That's oddly hilarious, and I don't know why.
Like, they had to edit the game pre-release due to 9/11 to change the final battle, which originally took place on top of the Twin Towers.
I didn't realize that game was that old. Somehow I thought
Yeah, it came out in 2001.
Huh. Am I old?
You're the oldest of us here, so by default the answer is yes.
Gee, thanks.
But also,
said you could have
there's
said something like, nah, Furret, you're young. You've got years to go.
I was gonna be more encouraging and say you're only as old as you feel you are, but every time I ask that, people say, then yes, I'm old. Like, I say that to try and cheer them up, and they're always like, so yes, I am old.
Sometimes I wonder.
But there's also a lost cutscene from that game, which there was a preview of on Activision's website at the time, which is also, that preview is also lost.
Wow.
That involved an appearance from 4, and we don't know what context it would have been.
Should check on Sparky.
Huh.
Which would have made it Thor's first voiced appearance in a, Marvel video game. Long before Thor was a, well-known popular character. I'm probably wrong about that first voiced appearance, but it sounds more impressive that way. But there is a thumbnail of that preview that was archived, and that's all that still exists to prove that it exists, that it ever existed.
Spider-Man, I presume. If you really cared about this city, you'd be helping me expose Osborn for the criminal he is.
By killing innocent people?
I would have restored the power.
Yes!
You need help.
I have all the help I need, and we will not stop until Norman gets what he deserves.
And come and get me, motherfucker!
Oh, I'm the sick one. You're the one who runs around in skin-tight red and blue jumpsuits, pretending he's a spider.
Just need to catch my breath.
Do you know one of my favorite Willem Dafoe fun facts?
Of course.
You know, he was in this art house movie called Antichrist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of Antichrist, as it being, you know, an art house film by Lars von Trier, which he's known to try and put in a lot of shocking stuff in his movies, it has unsimulated sex scenes in it. So they're actually working it on screen, right?
Oh, God.
Willem Dafoe offered to actually do that on camera. And they were going to, until they found out his hog was way too big. So they had to have a body double for the close-ups of the sex scenes. Because he was too... his dong was too long.
Dear God.
And that's one of my favorite random facts about Willem Dafoe that's apparently true. He's long.
We're busy, but people need help. And I'd rather be doing something than...
So what you're saying is the world can't handle Willem Dafoe.
The world cannot handle Willem Dafoe. The sight of his Willem Dafoe makes women shudder in fear because it will split them out wide open. Apparently. That's the filthiest thing I've said on stream, and I apologize.
That's okay. You're among perverts here. I mean, friends. I mean, nah. I said what I mean. You're among others.
There are others among us.
I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
So what you're saying is that the imposters among us.
I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun.
Last time I disclosed that information, it happened.
What happened? I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
I'm not allowed to disclose. Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Pikachu, why haven't you fled the city yet? As Ohio has been killing people.
Okay, that didn't really answer my question.
Hold on, I got a stupid idea. If it's the wet bombs or Pokeballs. Ready, go.
Oh,
there you went. I'm gonna try and catch the Pikachu.
Do it!
Catched.
And what if it actually worked? I would laugh my ass off if it actually worked. Like the mods actually work together somehow.
That would be brilliant, but I don't think that's within the limitations of the game engine.
Game engines. What are they but hackable media?
Garfield, why are you climbing up the tree? You should be eating lasagna and kicking Odie off the table.
Need more lasagna.
What if Garfield was just a hallucination John was having the whole time?
Oh, there's an entire webcomic about that just, edits Garfield and everyone else out of the Garfield comics, but leaves only John.
Oh God.
It's called Garfield minus Garfield. And Jim Davis has approved of it.
Funny thing is, one of my favorite things of like media, like trivia, is the reason why. You know how we don't have Calvin and Hobbes anymore because Bill Watterson retired, and went into basically social reclusion.
Yeah.
Charles Schultz died, so we don't have Peanuts anymore. One of the biggest reasons why we still have Garfield is because Jim Davis has absolutely no fucking idea how to end it. He has outright admitted Garfield has basically taken over his life, and at this point he's terrified to end it because he doesn't know how.
Something I love that's related to Jim Davis and Garfield by extension is, there was a lot of, rumors about Jim Davis's early comic work that, were unconfirmed for decades until Quentin Reviews, the YouTuber who did the 9-hour, iCarly video essay, who's also a huge Garfield fan, went to the hometown of Jim Davis, went to their local, their town archives, and just looked in their archives and found all of Jim Davis's old comics from before he made Garfield, and was able to confirm and disconfirm stuff, as well as get permission to scan and upload them online for future preservation for the public. It basically boils down to nobody thought to fact check any of the rumors that people had about Jim Davis's early work because nobody thought, oh, I should just go and check. It was there the entire time. It wasn't hidden or anything. People just did go and look.
Nah, you know what? That tracks.
It's like how
the dude was an icon.
You know
He is an icon.
You know the YouTuber Wang, the guy that does videos about different bits of internet history? That's not the internet historian.
Right?
He did a video about how there was this huge years-long search on Reddit and across multiple other sites that was coordinated to find the missing second half of the Super Mario Brothers live-action porno from the 90s, Super Hornio Brothers, that Nintendo bought the distribution rights to just to bury it. And I'm thinking, people went to all of this trouble and found all of these dead ends, when for years the Cinema Snob has shown that he has a copy of both of these movies, and nobody thought to just ask him.
Honestly, I don't, however you view, certain members of that team, Cinema Snob is a fucking treasure, man. It is super hard to hate on Cinema Snob these days. Unless something happened with him that I don't know about.
I mean, it's not a lot of the only thing that's happened with him other than, people not liking that, he's still, friends with the Walker Brothers and stayed with Channel Awesome up until Channel Awesome just kind of stopped being a thing because they realized it really is just people coming for the nostalgia credit.
Yep.
He's there was that whole falling out he had with his, longtime best friend Jared over Jared allegedly stealing his girlfriend. And then, Jared and the girlfriend in question both came out and said, first of all, Brad and that girl were never dating, and he never even asked her out. And second of all, I didn't steal her because, I didn't. He was just pissy that I asked her out before he could. And, like, I didn't know that he had feelings for her as well. He didn't ask her. And decided to spin it as he stole my girlfriend. So we're not friends anymore. That was just him being jealous.
Did not know any of that.
Yeah, that's why that shot on Shitty-O movie that he hyped up so much is never coming out, because it heavily featured Jared in it. And, that's also why in the second Cinema Snob movie, he recast Jared's character with Rob Walker and rewrote him from being, like, a well-meaning but kind of misguided best friend to being just the friend that everyone hates. He's gotten married since then to a woman that he's happily married with, and he's still mad over this.
Like I said, if I'm being 100% honest, I haven't really like watched any of their videos for a long time.
I haven't either. I found out about this through, like, just unrelated looking up stuff about his work and finding out that, like, you know, Jared spoke up on the matter, but obviously didn't have the platform that the Cinema Snob has, because he doesn't have a built-in fan base or an online presence.
Right.
Like, that's the only shitty thing I can think of that Brad was directly responsible for. Everything else was just like, you know, there was some back and forth between, like, some back and forth stuff between, like, Finn and his wife and, I'm forgetting, Allison Bradlow. She no longer goes by exclusively, over the change the channel stuff, but that wasn't, like, either one of them necessarily antagonizing the other. It was all about their fans antagonizing each other. And Brad just wanted to be left alone.
There's the reservoir. No sign of Scorpion. Better take a closer look.
So yeah, that's like the only shitty thing I can think of that Brad directly did. Whereas, everything else was just like, getting jaded with, the change the channel movement and breaking down contact and relationships with the people involved, because the fandom was, like, the fans that were on the Change the Channel side were hounding him and, like, making, fake wellness check calls on his house and stuff like that. You know, taking it too far.
Right.
Like, all the dude wants is to be left alone. And I'm okay with that. Also, I have to respect him for, something he did, which was like, he did a DVD of reviews of, adult movies that would not by any circumstance be released on YouTube because they were just too explicit to even upload censored versions of. And instead of just reading them as DVD exclusives, you later upload them to the hub.
Nice.
Like, he created his own The Hub channel to upload those, as well as uncensored versions of reviews of other adult movies he's reviewed.
Like I said, the dude is just unironically, like, one of the best reviewers that channel ever had.
Yeah, he was like... I always liked him, his reviews more than, Nostalgia Clinic once I started watching him a lot more because he was, actually, he was a filmmaker and knew about film production, as opposed to a guy who studied communications in college.
Yep. He also has my favorite line in Kick-Ass-ia.
I also have...
signed my DVD copy with it.
I also have him to thank for you, having a line that you like, that you have poisoned my brain with, which is, I would be honored if you never said that again. Or did that again, or whatever it was. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have that brain now. the transitive property, which I know that's not what the transitive property is, but fuck you.
What?
I'm no mathologist.
Yeah, you kind of blurred out there, though.
Oh.
Like you were saying that was your favorite line, unironically or something, and then kind of went all weird and fuzzy. I don't know if that was on my end or in general.
I don't know. It's not like I can hear my voice changer playing back to me, otherwise it'd be playing through the stream with double my voice.
Right.
Never saw Scorpion.
No, my favorite... My favorite line that he had in Kick-Assia... Does this mod just make him blue?
It's the design he had in the PS1 game, so yes, he's blue and green.
Neat. Anyway, my favorite Nostalgia Critic line, just like unironically and or however it is said, is just I love from Kick-Assia where he goes to talk to Doug and Doug goes crazy on him.
Must be the poison.
And he comes back to the hotel. He just goes, "Yeah, he's nuts."
Analyze whatever he entrusted me with.
It's the way he delivers that line kills me every fucking time I hear it. And I had him sign my DVD copy of it with, "Yeah, you're nuts."
One of my favorite lines of his, just out of context, but works in a surprising amount of contexts, is it's from the Cinema Snob movie, which I have a DVD copy of. That's how big of a fan I was of him during my college days. And it's,
I really need to get that. Watch that. I've never actually watched it.
It's, oh my god, you're drunk and shockingly racist. And you're wearing it's, oh my god, you're drunk and shockingly racist. No one's wearing blackface. In response to, one of, Jared's character's ideas for how to shoot the blaxploitation movie was for one of them to just wear blackface.
God. Yeah, no, that works.
And he later included a different take of that in one of his reviews around the time, which was of the movie Gross Out. It says, "Oh my god, you're drunk and shockingly racist, and you're in blackface."
So I need to watch that, and I also have a DVD copy of Jesus Bro.
I need to watch Jesus Bro, especially since, like, by complete coincidence, Kevin Sorbo came out with a movie after that had the exact same plot, but was unironic.
Yep. But remember, Kevin Sorbo is a good Christian who never does anything wrong.
Well, the way that production schedules line up, they didn't come out very far from each other, so there's no way that he could have known, about that, and I'm not saying that in defense of Kevin Sorbo, I'm saying that in defense of...
Good, I was good. The guy's a psycho.
I don't know who I'm saying that in defense of, because if you're working on that movie, that means you probably agree with, a lot of the stuff that he has to say, and it has a... important cameo from Sean Hannity, so especially no.
They clipped Alba. Should be inside the greenhouse.
Remember, Kevin Sorbo's the dude who said he wishes he'd never done Hercules because it's very religiously offensive.
Or in my mind.
It can be both.
Doc?
That dude's nuts.
Yes, he is. Also, the film school that opened up near me advertised that he was shooting a movie in my town. I'm like, okay, so that tells me to stay out of that part of town.
Exactly.
Like I did before the
He also, like, openly chastised Lucy Lawless for reasons that weren't even her fault.
Oh, what I love about Kevin Sorbo's Twitter presence is that every time he posts something like that, everyone on the website clowns on him.
Somehow.
Yep.
Like, even people on his own side don't like him.
Yep. But
And I don't mean to keep...
Lucy Lawless, based entirely on the...
I don't need to keep interrupting you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, he chastised Lucy Lawless based entirely on the fact that the character of Xena was a lesbian. And it had absolutely nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
It's just how the character was written.
Okay, I'll hydrate.
But he chastised her, saying, you knowingly and willingly played this character when you could have turned it down. Like, my dude, Christ, one, when she started playing the character, they didn't know she was going to be a lesbian. And two, she's also bisexual in real life.
And three, you played Hercules, and yet you don't apply that rule to yourself.
Fair. Well, Hercules wasn't, like, gay.
Well, no, I'm talking about, you just said he regrets playing Hercules, but you could also, put that, you chose to play this character to him.
Yep, that's Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, everyone on the site clowns on him and James Woods.
Kevin Sorbo.
Like, out of all the 90s actors, everyone clowns on him and James Woods.
Sorbo. James Woods actually kind of hurts.
Yeah.
Like, that dude was an icon. And then he went nuts.
Maybe his role in Family Guy was a prediction.
Oh, God.
The real thing to wonder is if you can really lure him into a trap by just laying out pieces of candy.
That would be hilarious.
Dude. And then we'll have him looked after by top men.
They just fucking put him with the Ark from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's how both of those episodes ended, was he gets put in the same place as the Ark of the Covenant, being looked after by top men.
You're too late. Just as you were too late to help me.
This isn't you, Doc.
Ah, but it is. The me polite society found inconvenient. The part.
You know what?
Colors are throwing me off.
I mean, this is a hallucination induced by poison.
Yes, I know. I'm going like, woo, right now.
Speaking of which, to make this even more fucky, I say this calls for the bombastic Thomas man.
Of myself I suppressed. You helped me break those chains.
Oh, God. What the fuck am I looking at?
You're looking at the closest thing we can get to a Thomas mod in this game that doesn't break the animations.
You are the poison. Everyone you touch suffers.
Stop running.
I like that they changed the symbol on his suit to a T for Thomas.
You're a failure at life. Love.
They didn't need to, but I'm glad they did. Hell yeah, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
For us.
The stream delay is really strong tonight. Yeah, it's because this game kind of taxes my computer to its limits. It's very CPU bound, as all PlayStation PC ports are.
I will let my genius shine on its own.
You go crazy.
And my CPU is a good like 5 years out of date. And thanks to the wonderful tariffs, CPU prices have gone way up.
Supported me by selling my ideas to Norman, by sabotaging.
Yeah.
Don't think I didn't see.
My trusty laptop died a couple weeks ago.
My trusty laptop is on its last legs. The drivers for the Wi-Fi adapter keep dying. I keep having to reinstall them. It's a laptop I've had for 10 years.
Got the atrophy. Now I just need to mix up the edit.
It's also literally falling apart. It's also literally falling apart, as in most of the screws have fallen out of the screw holes and will not go back in.
The sad part of this is the laptop I'm speaking of is the one that, like, all of the Digimon stuff was recorded on.
Aw?
Yeah. And I can't get it to turn back on so I can recover half the shit in it.
Have you, taken it to a specialist?
Not yet, but also part of which because I can't afford such things.
Yeah, because getting specialists who, you know, do MacBook repairs is hard.
I need to mix the antidote.
Oh no, this isn't a MacBook. This is a PC.
Yeah, I just sworn you recorded, all the original stuff on MacBook. Cause, you were sending in your file?
Some of it on a MacBook.
Okay, I think I have a different laptop.
Yeah. Like I said, I might have recorded some of it on a MacBook, because I did have...
Because a lot of your lines were sent in the, format that's used by Apple's various recording options by default instead of MP3 or WAV.
Right.
And I know this because I was on a MacBook at the time.
That gave me an opening.
Sweet.
Another hallucination. At least
MacBook. Honestly, I don't know that I'd ever go back to MacBook. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's not really a reason to nowadays. Aside from, like, if you're really into video and especially music production.
Yeah.
now I know you're the poison trying to distract me.
Like, it's just very limited what you could do with them.
Just trying to hit him isn't working.
Like, they're lousy gaming I almost said consoles. Lousy gaming platforms. They even realized that and never bothered to do anything to fix it.
Well, with, I mean, apparently, they've gotten better for gaming with the introduction of the metal chip that they now use as their proprietary GPU. Allowing for, like, much better gaming performance. But a lot of developers are still not porting over to MacBook officially, so what people do is the same thing as if you're playing on Linux, which is just write a breather line of Proton, which Steam officially supports.
Hope that's the last of
Part of me doesn't even know if I'm ever going to get another laptop.
There's the centrifuge I need.
I may not. I never really had a need for one, outside of it just gave me an extra computer in my room.
I'm running out of time. Feel it. I think I
You know?
Yeah.
Where'd my suit go? I think I took decontamination a little too far.
Oh, Jesus. Why are we naked?
Much better.
Spider naked.
Much better.
What? Much better. Oh God, it's worse!
Anyway, time to do some science. Hopefully it doesn't blind me.
Yes.
The last of these puzzles that show, Doc Ock was, planning the whole Doc Ock thing. A bit further in advance than Pete knew.
I'm letting you consummate.
Yeah, it always takes me a bit to figure these out. Yeah, and I caught you saying consummate.
I was trying to say consonate, and I somehow
Concentrate.
But oopsie. Right, but I was trying to make it sound weird. So consonate.
Dave. No, that's not that. This has to be here. This can't be moved.
I remember these things being an absolute pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, here's a random puzzle for no fucking reason. I'm in my action game.
Well, I mean, it's to try and convey that, like, Ito's a scientist in addition to a superhero. I feel like they did it better in Marvel Spider-Man 2 than they did in this one.
Other than story, they did a lot of things better than this one.
Yeah. Even then, like, most of my issues with the story are in Spider-Man 2 are down to the finale rather than, like, everything leading up to it because the finale is so obviously rushed.
Yep. And a lot of that is our fault.
Is it?
Because what happened with Spider-Man 2 is fans were basically like getting frustrated waiting for it and basically kept pestering the studio to get it out.
I mean, don't include me in that, Lee, because I wasn't part of that.
Well, right. When I said us, I meant like fans.
Remember, a rushed game is forever bad, but a delayed game is eventually good, unless it's either Duke Nukem Forever or Mighty Number 9. What I'm saying is, do not trust either George Broussard or Keiji Inafune with any of your projects. Remember, Fantasy Life turned out good in spite of him, not because of him. It started going into, actual progress once they kicked him off the project.
I'm just happy we finally got Fantasy Life 2. Like, true Fantasy Life 2, not that god-awful fucking mobile game they tried to do a few years ago.
Which he was also in charge of, and it only lasted like a year.
Yep.
A lot of this tracks now that you know he was involved, doesn't it?
Yep. Like I said, I'm just happy we finally got Fantasy Life I. Because there was a period of time there where it was like, okay, so this is just going to be another shelved game that gets announced and we never see it again. But nope, it's out. You can play it, and it's awesome.
And you should play it.
It's just
because it's awesome.
Yes, you should. Yes, absolutely, 100% agree. As someone who's playing it on their stream, I 100% agree. If you haven't played it, you should, because, yeah. It honestly makes me want them to, since they did it with Bravely Default, it makes hope that they're going to do a Fantasy Life, like the original, like an HD remaster of the original Fantasy Life for Switch 2.
I mean, those are two different companies. Those are two different
Bravely Default's remake yet?
Those are two different companies, so...
Right.
Like, just because Bravely Default in it doesn't have any impact on Fantasy Life.
Well, I mean, if I'm just saying, like, if Fantasy Life I gets, popular enough, like...
Which it seems like it will, given how much It seems like it will due to how much, like, word of mouth it's been getting.
Yep, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm trying to say is like DS titles in general.
Oh, okay.
Like, if default, yeah, if Bravely Default can do it, which I still don't know how they incorporate the touch controls into it being, you know, like I get, yeah, the Switch does have touch screen capabilities, but let's be honest, nobody fucking uses those. It makes me wonder how they incorporated those in from the DS version into a console version. And if Fantasy Life could like follow suit and do the same thing. Not that Fantasy Life was like very heavy on the touch controls.
I'm having serious problems figuring out how to solve this.
Depending on you having the microphone set up. I heard something.
I said I'm having serious problems figuring out how to solve this.
Right. I'm saying I heard a doo-doo like from Discord.
Yeah, that's, I don't know why, because I have streamer mode enabled, so you shouldn't hear that on my end.
Might have been on my end.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Half the time I don't know shit.
I'm well aware of that.
You can do it. We believe in you.
Do you really, though?
I mean, I believe in you. I don't know about Miles.
Yeah, Miles, you've been real quiet.
I zoned out for a second. I'm good.
More than a second, my dude.
Yeah, you've been quiet for like the better half of an hour.
It's
Yeah.
a weird day. Like, this is what's been going on. All right, I'll tell you what's going on.
Is
So
this
I've
personal?
Yes, I don't care though.
Okay.
Unless you guys care.
All right. If you don't care, that's fine.
It's nothing bad. It's just that I've taken up so much more extra work at work that I've been thinking a lot, and also I have a seat warmer on, and it's making me like be so chill that I forgot what I was doing.
And I need to get myself one of those. I want to get myself one of those cooling blankets.
I want one of those too. I love the idea of like being able to cool yourself with just a blanket and not have to freaking like have a fan on all damn.
Crank up the AC. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the AC.
I don't even have to hit all the... I don't even have to hit all the voltage points? I didn't. Okay, so I was overthinking that puzzle.
That's weird.
Hey, you did it!
Doc never should have turned this on.
Either you were overthinking it or you broke it and you just...
I was overthinking it.
Bad for you.
You guys just can't be supportive on the day before my affiliate anniversary?
Hey, I was being supportive. I was saying you could do it. Madam, check
And
yourself.
you did it.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh gosh.
There's no gosh
Yeah,
here. Only Zool.
I was a little bit distracted by somebody else texting me too real quick, so I had to check on it. That's all it was. My friend Demi. And then debating on if I should get these Pokemon cards graded, because this Zorua one looks pretty cool.
Yes.
And then this Duat looks pretty cool.
This do what now?
The town looks good, bound.
This
do what now? Do what diddy diddy dum diddy do?
Duat.
Yeah, do what? What do you want us to do?
Do what do? Do what?
We
I don't know what
You're supposed to be telling us.
I'm telling you who's on first.
Oh my gosh.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
I mean, I don't even know half of that anymore. You guys do it all the time, but I just like zone out whenever I hear.
Are you sure you're not high right now?
I'm not zoning out.
I don't know. I feel like I am, but I'm not. I don't partake in anything that gets me that way.
Right, because you're a good boy.
Someone decided. Yeah, do you think I'm gonna be?
You're a good boy, aren't you?
My other friend used to do. Oh my gosh! Don't go that route. You're telling that to my other friend, Ari, that you probably don't really remember much of from ECU.
You're gonna have to be way more specific than that.
The one that I grew up with that went to ECU at the same time?
Oh, you're still talking to him? I never liked him. He's always been a troublemaker.
Yeah, he's gotten better, but he's also not exactly the... I mean, he's doing better than I am in some aspects, but at the same time, he's also stunted in the communication side.
And with this, all the puzzles are done.
Nice.
I believe.
Do the puzzles.
No, I got one more. You can tell I'm starting to zone out. I don't know why I've been so tired the past couple days.
Yeah.
Are you going to share with the class, good sir, what you're laughing at?
Something I read from my friend Demi. She was telling me about these hot dogs with like nacho cheese that she's been getting at her like local like hot dog place. And now we're making jokes about me wanting to go and get hot dogs now with from there because it's like steak fries.
Steak fries, nice.
Yeah.
Steak fries these nuts. I think we're all very tired.
Yeah, we're definitely not making it through the main story tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We tried, though. That's what's important.
Well, yeah.
The important thing is never try.
It's time to play everyone's favorite game of Match the Pattern.
Aha! Just had to swap 2 pieces around. And now, I'm finally done with all the puzzles. Sorry, that was rotting my brain, having to actually put it to work. They say video games rot your brain. Nah, thinking does.
Yeah, thinking, well, video games.
It also probably doesn't help that I took a CBD gummy before stream.
Oh gosh, no wonder.
Yeah, no.
I can see that.
Look, I was having some like aches in my joints, and that helps, along with the Tylenol.
All units, prisoners are opening fire from stolen vehicles.
I'm out of
Please copy.
Advil. I normally pop like 4 Advil at least once like every couple of days.
I don't think you're supposed to have 4 Advil at once.
No, you can. You can. 800 is the maximum you can take at a time.
Why are you taking the maximum all at once, instead of spacing it out throughout the day?
Because the maximum you can take in a full day is 3,200. But I only take, so what I do, I alternate Advil and Tylenol throughout the day. 2 different drugs to do two separate things, but similar idea.
It's like some dystopian sci-fi movie.
Pikachu, what do you have to say about this? Pikachu, your silence is compliance with the violence going on. Are you saying that you stand with these oppressive police officers? And by police officers, I mean hired mercenaries that are acting as unlawful police officers?
I'm sure Pikachu is just like, fuck these guys, man.
Thorny ethical question at you. When is it?
I think the stream can handle the pure awesomeness that is Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, understandable though. Man, the high-minded, generous part of me wants to say never. Being a true friend means being there, even when people lose their way. But with what Otto's done, I just don't know, Pete. I guess you have to decide if the Otto Octavius you knew is still in there or not. Maybe if he was ever even in there at all.
Yeah. Thanks, MJ. I gotta process some stuff, I think.
Call me anytime, Pete. I'm here for you.
And... You know what, I'm gonna change from Thomas to something less brain rot-inducing. Because I feel like he's a cognito hazard. He's causing psychic damage to everyone present.
Yes, I agree.
This is a job for Spider-Man. Japanese Spider-Man.
You haven't done Vakeman yet tonight.
Great, I haven't done Venkman yet tonight. Oh, big boost bears.
Yeah, we need the.
If there is something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Preview for karaoke I'm gonna do as part of tomorrow night's stream.
Oh no. Are we doing karaoke?
I am, no one else is.
Do I need to think of a song?
No, I said I am, no one else is.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm doing karaoke of the entire Super Ghostbusters album.
More Sable guys. Looks like my webs bring all the boys to the yard.
Good
I would appreciate that if you never said that again, Mr. Bull Mary. Bull Mary. The legally distinct Bill Murray, Bull Mary. My brain is just fried tonight. I said Bull Mary instead of Bill Murray, so I'm sticking with it.
But what if Bill Murray... Somebody... Not gonna lie, Ari. There's a small part of me that's slightly disappointed you didn't continue what I just said.
I don't know where that was going.
But I get it, because well, I just did the somebody from, oh god, what the fuck is his name? The guy that did Llamas with Hats.
Oh, I haven't watched Llamas with Hats in years. That's why.
Yeah, but this is not even Llamas with Hats. It's the murder mystery thing he did with Death and a Floating Head.
Oh, The Cloak.
Yeah.
It's been even longer since I watched The Cloak.
It just goes, somebody! And then the Cloak answers with, I feel like there's more. You better shut your f***ing mouth! That's one of those things that for some reason just always stuck with me, even years later. Like, I've only ever seen that entire video once.
TCP is 5 by 5, detaining all suspicious persons.
Alright, since my brain is rapidly degenerating into... Since my brain is rapidly degenerating into mush, I'm going to save and then call it a night, and we're going to raid into somebody, and I'm going to try not to oversleep. Because I need to make sure that I don't feel too tired for tomorrow's stream.
Yeah, true.
Because it's a special stream I've been planning for about a month now.
Yeah.
Morbius jump scare.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure not to take a CBD gummy before tomorrow night's stream.
Yeah.
It usually doesn't hit me this hard. I don't know why it did.
Good question.
How many colors am I holding up?
You. So the answer to that would be 22 then.
You're kind of cutting out.
I don't know.
22. I'm going to be honest, though. You cut out, so I heard like half of what you said.
I said blue.
That's fair. I think the stream is just like trying to say, like, guys, stop. Please go the fuck to sleep.
We're gonna raid.
Because, like, it's like laggy as hell right now.
We are gonna raid Cutie Pie Red. Because I haven't raided her in a while, and she's both cutie and pie. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Usual ending bit. I'm getting the fuck off now. See you guys tomorrow night. Until then, unpleasant dreams. Good night, everybody.